Hello, and are we live? Let's see. Get the comments up. Oh, we've got Tifo Twitter Tom in. We've there he is, Tom. We've got Jack, Don there, Drew. If I get your name wrong, don't worry, it's just me. Dyslexic, so yeah. Tom's in as well. We've got Elizabeth in. Yes, cool. What I'll do, post a link in the chat if anyone wants to come up. How's the sound? Is the sound okay? Yep, my mic's down and not muted, I don't think. So, give me a thumbs up if it's all working good. Hopefully, it's all working good anyway. It's saying we've got nearly 20 people in, so that's quite cool already. It's not bad, that. Hey, sounds good. Excellent. Cool. Oh, tell you what, I'm still hot, even though it's not hot days these days, really, compared to the other week. It was just too hot the other week. Yeah. But yeah, I'm quite warm. I've got the windows open both sides, tried to get a draft going through, but there's no draft at the moment, so just overeating. Well, eating a Vindaloo doesn't help, does it really? A chicken Vindaloo. So yeah. Oh, we've got Angela in. Cool. We've got Scoobs in. Excellent. Did anyone else sneak in that I've not seen? Probably, because there's more in the watching than there is in the chat. So yeah, I'm so sorry about the last 2 weeks not coming on. Technical issues. Yeah, talk about technical issues. Yeah, it wouldn't have been too bad for some people, but for me, like I don't know nothing about computers or anything like that. Yeah, so it's quite hard for me to suss out. Basically, my laptop's been playing up for a couple of months now, saying low battery, low battery, low battery, this and that. So that was something to do with it as well. Also, what I tried to do is I filmed something on this. It was we've got Mike in as well somewhere there, I believe. Oh no, I can't see him there. If he pops his name back in, I'll show. Yeah, I went to a secret tunnel underneath a waterfall a couple of weeks ago, and I filmed some footage on my phone. But obviously, I filmed my footage on my pocket camera that I always use, not my phone. So I transferred the footage off my phone. I had to do something to my computer, and that didn't work quite well either. And that's still causing a few problems. So I need to sort that out as well. Oh, we've got Melissa in as well. Cool. Excellent. Yeah, and also after sorting that out, I found out my power lead was faulty. So yeah, I've got a new power lead. That's sorted now. The issue with the battery is still there, and yeah, the problem with the alarm going off, but that's because he had a faulty power pack. But when I moved it from upstairs, downstairs, and tried to work my computer, it started working. So it must be something loose in it. So I bought a new one, and that's how I could manage to get a video out going. So yeah, thanks for everyone going and checking the videos out. Excellent. Yeah, we've got Bean as well. Cool. We got there's Lucifer. She's not been up before. Yeah, just reading a few comments here. Oh, it's jumping. Yeah, I think you do need a new battery, but I don't know what to do. Well, I probably could do it myself, really, but it's where you get them from and stuff like that. Chat's jumping now. Not popping, but jumping, should I say. Yeah. So what I've been doing this week? Well, just trying to sort my computer out. Been working. been dying from this heat. Went out and bought a new fan. Yeah, tried to get some aircon, but everywhere I went was sold, so sold out. So couldn't really get none of that. So yeah, been doing a couple of videos, been putting them out over the last couple of weeks, and also I've got a new light. My last light like this, I call it my triangle light because obvious reasons. It looks like a triangle from a certain shape. The battery died on that as well, so that's probably why I didn't have my light on a few videos recently as well, because my torch gave up my light. Not my torch is working great, that, but my light gave up. I got a new one. My old one was 1,600 lumens, and this is like 3,000 lumens, so it's like double the lumens basically. Yeah, just 1 second, melting, like I say. Oh, we got explanation in as well. Hello, mate.
Matt. Hello, mate.
You okay?
Sound, mate, to you?
Yeah, not too bad. All good.
Seeing you sweating there, you know.
Are you hot or is it okay?
No, I've got my dressing gown on, I've. Messing about.
It's not raining near you yet. It's looking like it's going to rain near us, so quite bad.
It's spitting. It has been for the last hour. But
Has it, yeah?
the ground's still dry. You know, one of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's still hot. Like humid, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Been up to much, or?
Not, like I say, just doing a bit of videoing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. Just going to fucking plug my phone in. It's on like 10% battery. Oh, crap.
What, your phone?
Yeah.
Talking about batteries. Oh, what have we done there? Oh, close that quick.
Explanation. Hello, mate. All right, Dave.
Oh, we've got a next guest in as well.
Dave.
Hello.
Hello.
You all right?
How you doing,
Yeah.
Hello.
Tom?
Hello.
Cheers, Matt. Just seen the live chat thing pop up. Shout out for us.
Yeah. Get them all on, innit?
Might
Get
as
'em
well.
on.
That's it.
All these people who are sitting in their houses bored. Hot,
I was sitting there. I was like, oh, and it popped up 9 o'clock. Urban Legend. I was like, oh, nice one.
Yeah,
We'll
can I
go get a
just
beer.
say thank you, Matt, for last week. Doing a live stream to cover the slot, basically.
What, steal your slot, you mean? Like, you know, take advantage of your misfortune and, you know, put on myself instead.
Well, it's not that. It's quite a few viewers expected live stream on a Tuesday night, you know what I mean? So,
yeah.
What else did I go to do? So, thanks for, like, doing it for us. And I was watching, you even mentioned us and all that. Yeah. Yeah,
I watched that as well.
That
3 hours
site,
on it.
That dodgy site you sent us on started messing my computer up, Matt, and that's why I couldn't do my live streams.
Hang on, what are you on about?
The chess one, the pawn piece. You said I've been watching how to move the pawn pieces about.
He's messing about, folks. I haven't sent him anywhere like that. I don't even watch porn myself. I find it really boring.
Bloody hell.
You did mention it on your live stream that I was watching too much of that, and that's why it was
or maybe that's what you get up to. I don't know about you, but yeah, me, I can't be asked watching that.
Well, it's whatever you
clear
sent
the
me,
history.
Matt. Whatever you sent me, done it. Blame it on you.
Yeah.
Forgot to clear the history, innit?
It is what happens to a lot of people's machines. Like, they go on a bloody porn site, and the next thing you know, their machines are fucked.
Yeah, there's about 5 pages popping up.
Yeah.
Everyone's saying that hello to you there, Matt, and stuff.
No, I hope. Mr. Mark, Melissa. Shaky Blakey, blimmin' heck. I should bring up your chat, really, shouldn't I? So I can see what's going on.
Aye.
Mm.
Yeah, was it that live stream that phoned you up, or was it a different one that phoned you up to tell you your sound went right, your echo?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah,
I
what
know
it was,
that one.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
I have the video playing, you know, like my YouTube video, so I can see this actually transmitting, because when I press go in the software to start transmitting, I don't know whether it's actually really getting out to the internet. So I watched the YouTube, but then I forgot to press pause on that YouTube and then start doing the show. And then 30 seconds later, my voice is coming out of the YouTube, but I can't hear it because it's muted to me. So when it comes through the system again, I don't hear it. I don't hear system sounds.
It was coming through like 3 times, wasn't it?
Well, it probably will.
You're there
because
you were like talking like people's names, and it was like over-repeating itself.
Yeah. Well, you're probably going into like a loop, and then the loop will loop the loop, and then the loop will loop the loop the loop, and then it'll do 4 times, and then 5 times. It'll just go like
a spring.
Yeah. She's having almonds.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard the problems I had with my computer. It was a faulty power lead, but when I took the laptop downstairs, obviously I moved the lead itself and plugged it in downstairs, and it started working. But a few months before that, I kept on saying a sign keeps coming up saying dodgy battery. It keeps popping up on the screen. So what I've got to do with that is go to the Windows screen and go to close it down, but restart it, refresh it.
Right.
Once you close the window down saying your battery's dead, then close your computer down, laptop down. Next time you turn it on, that message don't come back up until I start doing a couple of things on the screen, like opening me editing file and going into me memory banks, external memory banks and stuff like that. Then it kicks in saying your battery's dead again or low.
Right.
But, like you say, that time when I tried doing it in my live stream and I'd done a little upload saying I can't come on, and it was bleeping and flashing and doing all sorts. That's because the battery was dead in the laptop and the power lead itself was not giving power to the laptop, so it's just saying closing down. Yeah.
Bloody hell.
Well, you've got it sorted now, though, yeah?
Well,
I've got a new power lead. I think we need to put a new battery in or something as well.
Just keep it plugged in all the time.
Yeah. People who keep it, as Tom was saying, if you keep it plugged in the whole time, all the time, it wrecks the battery, because it's just constantly topping the battery up, and then you're never actually running the battery full in and out. So what you should do is every couple of weeks is take the power lead out and let the battery run down completely, and then charge it up. And then you should take the battery out, to be honest. What you should do is take the battery out if you're using it continuously, because you should charge the battery to about 80%, then take it out and then put it in storage. And then when you come to use it, you know, like you put the battery in, you know, if you're going to use it out and about, but then every month, put the battery back in, discharge it fully, recharge it, take it back down to 80% and put it back in the cupboard for a month. If you do that, your batteries will last years. I mean, I got a laptop in there. It's going to be 8 years, and the battery's always there whenever I turn it on, because I take the battery out.
Bloody hell.
What's that?
I'll just charge it all the way up and then just pull the charger out and then wait till it's like 20% and then plug it in.
Yeah, how I done that was on my phone. I filmed it on my phone. My laptop kicked it off, then uploaded it through my phone up to YouTube, basically. And that's how I got the video.
It's the swimming doggy. Swimming doggy. I watched that video.
Yeah, cool,
that was cool. That was, yeah.
Women, weren't you? You were swimming around in the river. You're swimming about. Yeah, you were. Yeah.
Oh, Hello, Angel. She can't hear us anyway, can she?
Look at the lips like, lips like
Oh, the baby swimming around, weren't you? You were swimming about in the
Fancy
river.
sticks.
Yeah. Yes, you were. You're swimming about in the river. Yes, you were.
Yeah, she knows. If I say,
You've got an owl and you waders, didn't you?
oh yeah, I've got him in the bathroom. Actually, what I'm going to have to do is get a torch and shine the torch through him, see if I can find the hole. Otherwise, the other thing to do is
Fill
I
them
can
up with water.
fill him up with water and see where it starts pouring out. You know?
Yeah, that's it.
But-
yeah,
Yeah.
and tie him up at the top.
Yeah. Yeah, she's a good girl. She's just gone out now.
Someone's
knows there's no
asking what head camera, what head torch you use somewhere.
The Olight, they don't sell these anymore, but they're good because they're quite small and they're powerful. They do another one now, which is like this, but this one is the H2R Nova. You can still get them, but not from Olight. Olight don't sell them. You can buy them at other stores. H2R Nova. I prefer the one that's the neutral white, because they do one that's a cool white and it's a bit too blue, so it's a bit punchy, you know, like it's a bit too aggressive, the colors that come off it. So I prefer this like, you know, more yellowy light from this one. But they do one that's like this now, but instead of having this size battery, it's got a monster size battery. So if you look at the size of that compared to that, that's the battery in the new ones they sell, which is called a Perron, and the Perron is just a bigger version of this. But I'm not a great fan because it's like extra weight and it's on your head. So I like the smaller batteries. Like that's the standard lithiums instead of the big fat lithium, you know. So it is a head torch after all. You don't want it to be kind of weighing you down. So yeah, but you can still get them.
You've got a camera as well on your head.
Yeah.
Is that an 18650 battery? What goes in there?
The one that goes in there is 18650, and these ones are 28650 or 26650. The big ones.
It's like
from
a D cell,
the
isn't it? Basically, that similar size to a D cell. The bigger ones.
Oh, I suppose so. Yeah, yeah, not quite as wide, but yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's what we've been up to. Well, not what we've been up to. What am I saying? That's not what we've been up to. Shit. There we are.
You finally got a beer then.
I got a beer in the end. Yeah, I went to Lidl's today in the pissing rain and got some beers because I knew it would just help me enjoy myself this evening a little bit more.
Oh, happy days.
Got to be done in it.
It has, mate. Every time.
So, Tom, what's this T420 RC then? Did you used to be a radio control channel then?
Yeah, I've got well, I still do it, but I've got loads of videos to post, like over 100. But it's like, I mean, it's one of the times where I'm on the exploring as well, so I can't really do both at the minute. So I'm saving them till winter. But yeah, I do remote control car stuff and diggers and all that stuff.
What, remote control diggers?
Yeah, remote control diggers, yeah.
Like do that? Dig the ground?
Proper ones, yeah. Hydraulic.
Like you hydraulic. Mean like huge things? This is what you do for work, is it?
No,
like remote control. Like they're not toys, but the professional remote control excavators, hydraulic and all sorts.
Yeah, but that's not your job. You're just doing it for fun.
Just for fun, just a hobby, yeah.
I've never even heard that you could get them.
An expensive hobby.
Yeah. I never knew you could even get that sort of stuff. I thought it was like, you know,
dumper trucks, front loaders, all sorts.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, there's loads of different ones you can get, isn't there?
Yeah. All of them are hydraulic.
Yeah.
God, you're surprising me now. Yeah.
Yeah, the biggest one I've got is it 80 kilogram? I think that's how much it weighs.
Bloody hell. I had an aircraft that was 270 kilograms. You know what I mean?
Hell.
So I mean, you know, that's a third. That's like a third of that, isn't it? You know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
so
And
your
that-
thing is like,
yeah.
it's like the size. It's like the weight of a Mini or something.
Yeah, you can
You're
just
talking
about
about a
pick
real
it up.
plane, aren't you?
Yeah.
Matt, you're talking about a real plane while he's talking about toy vehicles. Bleeding
Yeah.
hell.
It's like a
Yeah, but-
three-man job to pick it up
Jeez.
on its
Yeah.
own. Yeah.
Where do you put it then? Because I mean, that must be, you know, how do you get it back in the house?
Well, it's here. It's in my shed. It's got a massive case, you know, like a flight case.
Mm.
Yeah, so I'll keep it on top of that.
Bloody hell! I'll have to check out some of your videos. They're on your channel, are they?
Yeah, they're on T420 Tom RC construction, I think it's called.
T420 Tom RC. Right. Okay. Construction. Bloody hell!
Yeah.
You got an underwater drone as well.
I have, mate. Yeah, I haven't took it out yet though.
Yeah. Oh, Traxxas TR4. I'm seeing. Bloody hell. A Cabalite K790 SME. So what's
Yeah,
the controller
that's
like?
the one.
What's the controller like? Is it a radio control from a model aircraft or something, or is it a special controller that makes it more like as if it was
It's special, so it's like feels like you're controlling a digger.
right?
With
So
the knob.
here we go then, right? I mean, have you ever thought of going into that type of profession? If you love the small stuff so much and you've got it, you know, have you ever thought of like getting your hands on the big stuff and doing it?
Well, yeah, that was always the dream, mate. My dad
Yeah.
used to do demolition. This is the reason I got into exploring, because I used to go with my dad when I was younger, and he used to knock down buildings, and we used to walk through it before he knocked it down, sort of thing. So I've always had that memory of, you know, exploring and then, you know, situation.
So when are you going to go and do it then? When are you going to go and do it, man? You got to do your dreams. Like, you know, my dream was like learning to fly, and I did that. So it sounds like your dream is like learning how to do big hydraulic things that can smash shit up.
You can actually go on these days out, can't you? You hired it like a track car, but you can also hire like a digger day where you go and play on all the diggers, proper diggers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a good experience.
It's just saving the money up, isn't it, and having the time to go and do it. And because I've got my other jobs as well, like painting and decorating, so that's like the priority at the minute as well.
But the money is bound to be a lot better if you know, because friends of mine work on sites where you've got to have special licenses for that sort of stuff, and you know, you've got to be like quite highly spec'd to be able to operate in those environments. So the money's quite good, you know. I mean, he's getting like, was it like, I think it's about 2 or 3 grand a month, and that's just sitting on a door of a building site, like letting people in and out, you know.
I've been on site before now doing the labouring and stuff like that, like the sweeping up, but that's been like £25 an hour just for doing that on building sites, just because I've got the card, you know what I mean. I went through the test. I think it was like 3 years of a course or something.
Yeah.
The level 3.
That's where it is in Devon. Digger World, it's called.
Digger World, yeah. But yeah, that's the dream. But obviously, it hasn't come. So I've had the remote control stuff instead.
Yeah, my mate is kind of like he just sits there now because he likes this sort of like easy life, and he just sits there in a little cabin, and then when big like vehicles come up, he lets them in and out, and he gets paid a load of money to just letting people in and out of the site, like, you know. But the thing is, he's trained up to be what they call a telehandler, which is one of these huge devices which has got like these telescopic arms. And it goes out and out and out, and they can literally
lifts up like scaffold, don't it, and all that to high up buildings and all that stuff.
Yeah, and basically, he can put the telehandler arm out like massive distance, and then poke it into somewhere, and then fill it with concrete. And there's a lot more to it than meets the eye because of like wind and things, because the arm is so long, like you can only operate it on certain days in certain conditions and things like that because the wind can get it, and so there's a lot more to it, and he's all trained up, all trained up for it. But I think he just likes the easy life now. He's just like doesn't use his skills. So
Mark in the chat saying he used to do it, drive the heavy plant, but saying that, doing that
Very
job,
good money.
sometimes he's waking up at like 4 a.m. to get to a building site at 6 o'clock and stuff like that. That's
it, yeah.
The only
He's a crack of dawn every day,
Especially these telehandler guys, because they are the ones who delivering all the materials to the parts of the building site. You know what I mean? So they've definitely got to be there in the morning, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's crazy,
yeah, getting up like at sort of 4 a.m. in the morning to drive like an hour and a half or 2 hours. I mean, he used to jump in a minibus like every day, and they would be driving for like 3 or 4 hours per day. But the thing is, they could go to sleep on the minibus, but like by the time they get there, so you saw like 4 hours there, then working for 8 hours, then 4 hours back. I mean, like it's ruthless. It's absolutely ruthless. So they used to stay. Sometimes they would stay on the sites, because it was just too long. But some days they'd be driving all bloody day,
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, Colonel's in the chat as well.
Hello, Colonel. That reminds me, actually, I got to get around to editing that video from the other night. Went down to Alistair Crowley's house in Cornwall with Colonel was there, and not abandoned. What am I talking? Ghost Adventures of Cornwall was there, and we were supposed to stay the night, except everyone else had other plans. So nobody stayed the night.
I watched that video. Yeah.
Oh, you've seen it? It's out, is it? Because I have heard it's out, but I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah. What you're saying?
Can I just?
You could have stayed on your own.
Mention that comment down the bottom there.
What's that?
I do think a lot of our viewers on this channel are awake to what the New World Order is and what's going on in the world, especially all what's going on at the times. So thanks for your comment.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's crazy, isn't it, what's going on throughout the world at the moment. All the heat and droughts and wars, and it's just crazy. Absolutely crazy.
I think it's just crazy how they're trying to screw the money out of people, like by putting the prices up, electricity and gas, and just like going, give us your money. It's like daylight robbery, like, what are you going to do? Give us your money or starve.
Yeah.
Or turn your electric off.
That's it.
It's not a good time at the moment. I think people need to start taking control of this situation, to be honest. I think the time for waiting for the bloody politicians to sort it out is getting a little bit out of hand now, because the politicians are all in with the bloody energy companies and all the people who got shares in this shit, so they don't seem to care,
No.
Yeah.
I reckon the weather's getting a lot worse as well. Like you see, it's raining really bad down near you, isn't it? And because the ground's so dry, it's just not absorbing, and it's just running off
on top.
Well, just running off down the valleys and then causing floods downstream.
Yeah.
I don't know. People say like, oh my God, it's just the weather's intolerable. It's like, it's bloody summer. Like, it's meant to be really hot. It's like, you just get out the beach. It means you can go and swim out in the sea, and it'll be nice and warm. Everybody's like, oh, I can't handle it. It's like, well, I bought an air conditioner because I'm sensible. So sorry. And I did that in the winter time. So unlike Mr. Bayer, who can't get one now. See?
Yeah.
Talking of weather, bloody hell.
When they weren't the first time, they had 3 of them went to get one. The next time they weren't there. So
yeah, baked ground is almost waterproof. What's that? He said something about Rudloe Manor, wasn't it? You mean those same people who brought us wondrous things about lying about Rudloe Manor and Portondown are bastards? Yeah, shocker. It is, though, isn't it? I mean, it's the world we live in. You know, it's just everybody's on the bloody take, and yeah, it's just. I mean,
Yeah.
you don't get me started on the New World Order and what I think about what's going on, but yeah, we shouldn't be trading with some countries. Like, we should be saying, no, we're not doing business with you because you're just horrible bastards. You know?
Yeah. All it is down to money, isn't it? Like you say, at the end of the day. Like you say, the weather, like you were saying, it's summer, you're supposed to be warm and all that. I can remember back in the 80s as a kid, it's getting really hot. So it must have been close to the 29s back then, you know what I mean? If it weren't the records then, you know what I mean? And it's every single summer, it was guaranteed hot summer, and it used to be all right. Used to love it. Weren't too hot, weren't too bad as a kid anyway. Never just took it, just played out, didn't you, really? Got sunburnt. But yeah, I know how the weather affects other people, older people and stuff like that, and people who are ill and stuff like that. It affects different people different ways. But yeah, it's a bit bizarre though. I think how it's just getting no snow over winter now, and it used to be guaranteed snow winter back in the 80s as well. Hot summer, snow at winter. Hey presto, have Christmas down with a chimney. All good fun and games. But yeah, it's all changing slightly. But the experts do say the climate goes round like a time circle, like a time clock, and it rotates. Yeah, it's like a cycle, basically. And that's probably what it's doing at the moment, just changing slightly.
Yeah, well, I'm not a big believer in this global warming bullshit, because they're sort of like, oh, it's people are doing all this, It's like, well, actually, no, the humans produce like 2% of the changeable variable, in what is the CO2 emissions from the planet, which is like plants, volcanoes, under the sea. It's like this the stuff that's produced by us is actually quite small. So saying like, oh, we're responsible for the change, it's like, well, actually no, we produce very little. So if we go from producing very little to nothing, it's not going to make a difference. It's so insignificant what we produce. I mean, it's just a joke, but it's just one of those political arguments that people put across in order to sway people. It's like, oh, it's all our fault. It's all our fault, the public's fault.
No, all it is like you say, he's making money again, and it's all going back into the same situation. We want to get out of this topic in a minute, but yeah, you're polluting the air, so yeah.
You started it, what? Bloody hell.
You're polluting the air, so we're going to fine you.
We need to sort this Will out with his starting these topics, like bloody hell. Like, you start these topics and then he wants to stop them. He's like, right, I've had a guts full of this. Bloody stop talking about what I started you talking about.
It wasn't me, it was the chat. Quick mention it to him, and yeah.
Wasn't it you going like, is patting your head going, I'm so hot at the moment and I couldn't get an air conditioner? That's how it started, wasn't it?
Yeah, it might have started the chat off or something
like that. Yeah. I know what's really responsible for all this global warming and all the shit in the planet. Anyway, it's like, it's da 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 da. It's these bastards. It's like, get out of it, you fucking bastards.
Got right helmet on him, mate. He has, hasn't he?
Oh, he has, mate. I stroke that helmet sometimes, it gives me good luck.
Yeah. But yeah, the government like say, oh, you're not allowed to use your car in your own city. We're fining you because of all the pollution and stuff like that. Same with the factories. They fine the factories and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And now the petrol prices gone up, and they're trying to force the electric cars on you. It is a bit of a conspiracy theory whether they've done this on purpose to make war and prices go up and all that. So people stop buying petrol cars and convert to electric cars. Just a thought there, but yeah. Right, let's F off this subject now. Put it politely. That's just putting it politely, mate.
Yeah.
Objective.
Well, it's something to talk about, isn't it? I mean, we got right. What have you? Come on, in. Let's have a substitute to talk about then, right? What can we talk about?
Someone
We're
did
not
mention
allowed to talk about porn because that's no.
No.
What controversy? Have we got any controversy? That's always a good one, isn't it? Controversy. Should we talk about? But you don't like that. You're like, no, I don't want to. I don't want to stir the shit. Like, you know, so can't do that one.
Yes. Well, someone mentioned a bit earlier on before about the reservoir that we did.
Yeah, I saw that earlier on. Yeah. Yeah, that's bloody dangerous. You get the emergency services called out if you go into places like that.
Yeah, that's why we did it, because basically it was a hot day and obviously you could see water weren't going to come over. The only obstacles we had is if anyone started throwing stuff down there to see how far it is. And I'm sure people are all guilty of doing that once or twice in their lives.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
that would have been quite bad, isn't it? That.
Yeah, you seen some of the sides of the rocks that were down there that bounced all the way virtually halfway down the tunnel after hitting the slope.
Yeah, so, and we were looking up.
Yeah. That's what I thought. We went in there with no IDATs, and that's not advised. So, yeah, that's a bit naughty of us.
Stay Wokers asked the question: are we all right wing? Like all of us here now, like, are we all right wing? Well, because we're having a conversation about the global warming and stuff. Well, hang on a minute. Isn't it the left that are pushing all this bloody stuff, not the right? You know, like it's the right that are saying it's a load of bollocks, and we need to just be like, you know, carrying on a bit more, and not like, you know, sort of shutting down the power stations, and you know, it's not, you know. So I'm not saying whether I am or I'm not. To be honest, my heart feels left, but my brain says right, you know, because it's like, and that's the way of the world, isn't it? It's like it's not one or the other.
Yeah. With this electric car thing, I've got a great idea to make money, but I won't be doing it. Is invest in a little firm and go to your local council and start installing charging points into lampposts. So you split the profit with the council, but then they don't have the hassle of maintaining it, where you have a team of maintaining it. And people who need the cars just come up and plug it in, and hey presto, that's how it's got to start in the future. So there's one way of making money.
Do you know though? Do you know that lampposts are only designed to use a minuscule amount of power, so they'll only have had very small wiring going to all of them. And if you start plugging cars into them and they start wumping the power, you'll melt the cables going up to the lamppost. So therefore, you'd have to have a very, very, very crappy charger coming off a lamppost, because it would have to be trickling it at such a slow rate. Otherwise, you'd burn out the power. And the only other alternative is when the infrastructure's put in, so they've got massive cables going along all the streets to be able to do it. But right now, you can't just plug. I don't think you could just plug into lampposts, because they are really quite low power. That's the whole idea behind the old sodium lamps in those lampposts, was that you use less power. So now we've gone across to LED on, it's even less power. You know, they're going to be doing even less work on the wiring to them, because it's less power requirements. So,
like you say though, the councils, all they're doing is hiring the lamppost out to you, and you're the firm that takes the headache on of installing the chargers and stuff like that. But you've got to also think the councils have run the wire tube already down there that just needs cables pushing through. So there's half the work done that you don't have to dig up the grounds again. So it's.
I'm not saying it's not impossible, but I think you'd have to look into it, because I don't think the infrastructure's there to be able to wire those things up at the moment. It would require a lot of digging and a lot of wires being put down. You know. But yeah, I mean, in principle, I think, yeah, you know, it's a good idea. But you know, it's one of those things. It's like with all these great ideas, it means dig up the streets and create a load of havoc, and create, like, you know, you can't drive your car down this street for a month because we're digging up the roads to put in more things. You know, you had it when they were doing the the cable access, cable and fiber optics. I mean, you had it then, but you think those are just tiny little cables, yeah?
Yeah.
So these things are going to have to be big, heavy bastards.
They've done that down my road recently, near the new fiber optic thing.
Oh yeah.
All the way down the path, both sides.
Yeah. Gaza is saying that they can pull 30 amps at 240 volts. So 10 lamppost chargers is 300 amps. Which if you times that by the kilowatts as well. I mean, they're probably not all going to be used, but it's 240 times 300 amps is 72,000 watts, 72 kilowatts. So, if you imagine if everybody happened to park up a car and plug in at the same time, it would have to be capable of handling 72 kilowatts for 10 lampposts at peak power, So the cables for that are going to be pretty big.
You have to be, like I say, if you're doing it, you'd have to have it in certain locations, like in towns where people go shopping and stuff like that. And also, you'd have to have it near a substation, so you could upgrade it quite easy that way.
Yeah,
there is ways of getting it easier into the infrastructure, like I say, using the original piping to get there. If it can take the wires, if not, so you've got to dig it up and stuff like that. But obviously, that's the expense of installing these things, and that's where the firm themselves says, "We'll do all this. Just let us use the lampposts. We'll give you a share." So it's a bit of, you know what I mean? Like I say, it's the councils probably will look at people who's volunteering this service, because it's got nothing to do with them really, as long as the work's done safe and the lampposts are kept and maintained, and no headache, and it's money coming in for them.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, somebody's going to do it. I mean, it might be the electric companies themselves do it, because, I mean, at the end of the day, it's in their interests to be selling the electric. And if they put the infrastructure in, they can charge more for your charging, whereas if Tesla go and put the point in, they paid for all the infrastructure up to that point, so then they can make the most money. So it's whoever wants to put the money. Pompey was saying by here in the channel, he said to have a charger put in his car park where he parked the car, the council wanted $8,000 to put one in. And then if you put it in, I mean, like if somebody was to pay to have that charger put in, and what if he couldn't park in it because other people were just parking in it all the time, and he paid $8,000 to have his charger put in there, but he couldn't get to his own charger. It's one of those, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not easy, this electric stuff. I mean, it will come and it will be good when it finally happens, but it's definitely got some challenges ahead of it. We've only just come into the this century with getting cars to where they are, and now it's like erase, get rid of it all, and new. We've got to have new now, but it's like the infrastructure's not there. I mean, you see how long it takes to build a petrol station. That doesn't take. That's not overnight. That's going to take you about 4 months to build a petrol station and get the tanks in and everything and do all that. It's not quick. And that's just a petrol station. So, digging up all the roads to get all the way along the roads, it's going to be a nightmare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you see that at the bottom of the screen?
Bedrock donated £1. My God. Thank you. There you go.
Here we go. Nice one.
Yeah, and now he's spending your £1. Look, there we are. There is your £1.
Pound spend.
There we are.
Yeah, you get fireworks. Definitely. I think this is. Yeah,
we could bankrupt you like this. I bet that costs more than £1. So if we send you £1 at a time and you have to do a firework every time, you're going to become poor, aren't you, by the end of the night? I reckon it costs more than £1 for that.
Well, this is my last one. I need to get
some
more. Need to get some more. This is my last one at the moment. So, yeah, cool.
Definitely £1.20. That's worth.
I tell you what you'll have to do is, if it gets too expensive for you, is you'll have to like break open a, break open the glow sticks, like, and every time somebody does a pound, like, you just do a glow stick and do 20 pence.
The nozzle looked like a wizard's sleeve.
I've got no more of them left. Let's try this instead.
Oh,
With fuses and stuff now. Hey, up here we go.
so how does this work then? The guy who gives you a
Bang.
pound gets the expensive firework, and the guy who gives you £5, he gets the cheap one.
Because that's
Ain't
all
not
I've
gonna
got
be
left at the moment.
You're going to get a rebellion like this.
Just get the sparkly.
Sparkles out.
Yeah.
Hey, that looks pretty now, doesn't it?
That's the same stuff they use. Isn't that the same stuff they use on railway lines to cut railway lines? It's basically, I think it's a different amounts, but it's basically the same stuff, isn't it? What do they call it?
Yeah,
Thermite.
thermite. Yeah.
Is sparklers made out of thermite? I think they are. It's a different mixture, but are sparklers thermite? Made of thermite? No, they are not thermite, but they are both pyrotechnics compounds. Okay. Oh, there we are. No, there's another answer, and it says, are sparklers thermite? And it says the sticks of the sparklers are coated with a pyrotechnic composition known as thermite. So there we are. Like, there's one saying it's not, and there's another one saying it is.
Yeah, Lucifer sent her 99p, so she gets a candle.
No, she's one pence under, so she don't get nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah, I'll have to owe you on that one. We got facts in as well. Cool. Yeah, I'll have to owe you on that one, and I owe you.
You could
much appreciated. Thank you very much.
Set fires to his dog's whiskers. I might sparkle for about a couple of seconds.
Everyone's trying to set your fire alarm off or something. Must be. Come on, guys, try to set his fire alarm off.
Melissa's just sent you £5.
That's you.
Yeah,
apparently.
Oh, thank you, Melissa. Cool.
Yeah,
let's get this fire alarm going. Rave on.
He ain't got nothing though. He just to like burn his lighters or something, or burn matches.
Yeah, just one click of the lighter every time.
Yeah. That's still quite warm, that. I know how to get rid of that. Drink that.
I'm going to have to get myself a can of beer, I think.
Yeah, I've just got to this one to drop the sparkle in it now.
I'll definitely empty that one. Cheers.
What? Somebody's just sent me. He found like it looks like on a rubbish heap or something. He's found like one of these silicon sex dolls, and it's just like covered in mud and shit on a warehouse. That's crazy. Hang on, let me just ask him where did you find that then? That's nuts. It's just it ain't got bottom. It's from his knees are chopped off, so it's got like legs, like torso. The required bits, and and tits, but no head.
Well, and then chopped off.
No head, nothing from beyond the knees. So just like tits, belly, and bits.
Bloody hell.
Yeah. Oh, he's probably telling me now, right? Okay. I'll play what he says just because it'll probably be funny, but here we go.
It was in one of the parks next to a kiddie's playground in a suitcase in the black packet bag, and I thought it was a body. It freaked me out.
Oh my God.
Mind you, though, to be honest, if I found that, I probably would take it home, rinse it off with a hose, and then stick it in the garden, because I like things like that in the garden because they're like a bit weird.
Have it like a scarecrow.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Scarecrow. You put a few clothes on it, like, so you don't have neighbours knocking on.
Eddie's Lorry says a murdered sex doll. It's all the craze in America. Like putting them in like a suitcase, and really.
Bloody hell,
Jesus.
that's bad, that.
Yeah, if they're doing it as a joke, though, it shouldn't do it near the kids, should they?
Oh well, I'm gonna go and get some beer, recharge my beer gland. Yeah.
Oh, there's Dark Urban. Cool. Yeah, Tom, what you reckon about how I've put the clips of The Simpsons in that video?
Yeah, it was good, man. You was on about it, weren't you? I didn't know which one you were on about, so yeah, when you posted it, I was like, yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. Definitely. Good idea.
I don't know how it worked, because what I ever said down there, I was just talking, and then it just came in my mind, and I thought, oh, I remember this thing, and then I just chopped it up, and it all fitted just perfect. How it fitted into what I was saying.
That would have been cool though if one of us stayed at the top and then one of us shouted from underneath. You know, one of them. That would have probably sounded cool.
Yeah.
Because can you imagine people walking down that path and then we are shouting stuff up that tunnel, like it's like, yo, they must have been thinking, what the heck is that? Crazy, man.
Yeah. Right. But yeah, it's don't do that, because it's just a waste of time, isn't it?
Yeah, it is really, yeah.
Yeah.
Would be funny though.
Okay, in. Cool.
Welcome.
Cheers, Matt.
Welcome, Matt. A lot.
Skull. Oh, look at fucking too fast again. Look.
This place we're both supposed to be going on weekend. Don't say too much, Tom.
No, I won't say nothing. No.
It all depends on the weather. If you know what I mean. Now, the weather's changing.
All these floods and stuff.
Well, we're going to the secret waterfall, and if it's too bad, we're not going in. Basically, you know what I mean? If it starts raining or on the day, we're not going to the secret waterfall underneath a bridge.
And other places.
The secret tunnel under the waterfall. That's it. The secret tunnel under the waterfall.
Yeah, but you've already put that on your channel, so everybody knows what you mean now.
Yeah, that. But we're going there this weekend, and obviously, if it's
that's where he's going to be, folks. Right.
Well, no one knows where it is.
Don't tell anybody.
No one knows where it is, so it's cool. That's why it's a secret tunnel.
Yeah, it says quite secret, isn't it? To be fair.
Yeah, when you look down, you can't see it at all, can you?
It says it's in a weird area. Definitely, you wouldn't think it was there. One of them, isn't it? You wouldn't think it was there.
I go there every week, mate. That's why I look so beautiful as I am and young. You wouldn't think I'm 62, would you?
You know, 62.
Oh, thank you, Tom. You're a great mate.
We had a bit of an interesting one last night. This is probably be up your street, Will, because you know you're gonna end up getting trapped somewhere one day. But we got trapped in somewhere last night. I can't say where it is because it's a pretty cool one, and we're gonna have to sit on it for quite some time. Just trust me, reasons. It's a bit like on the sort of like level of Anchor, that Anchor place we did.
Oh yeah.
The Anchor Bunker, but it's sort of like that. But yeah, we got in there, and then basically the way we went in, a big metal thing came down, boof, on top, and just like we were like trapped in there. And you know, all I can say, I'll give you kind of a picture of it, is
on
like
camera as well.
yeah, well, I
oh,
did something.
yeah.
I did something really stupid when I was getting in there, and it caused this thing to like fall down and like block it. So yeah, basically, without saying too much, I mean, like, you know, I was all right. I said, let's go and explore, like, because we're in here now. Like, let's go and explore. Like, let's get as much as we can. But you know,
what an exit more like.
Well,
Yeah.
you couldn't get out.
Yeah. Well, I thought film first, because once we decide we're going to try and get out, then if we do get out, then that's it. Then we've got to go in there, you know. So, but that wasn't quite what everybody else wanted to do. So, you know, they decided it was just
Panic
like
mode, was it?
little bit. So it was like, no, let's make sure we can go now. I was like, all right then. Well, you know, because I mean, either way, we either have film or we don't, or we die down here or we don't, like, you know. But at the end of the day, it's one of these places where we could have just like broken in. There we go. The person who was with me is there now, exploring with Matty, right? There we are. Yeah, it nearly made it his last explore. Yeah.
Well, it was that bad, yeah.
Yeah. Now he's the guy who got us out.
He does a lot of it, yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't do it myself, right? He got us out. I couldn't actually do it. So he was the guy who got us out. But my solution was, fuck it, let's just because where we were, right? We were right next to somewhere hot. Let's put it like that, hot. Okay. So my solution was, let's just smash our way into that hot place, set off all the fucking alarms, and just go, fuck it, and just get the fuck out of there. You know, it's just like, get the fuck out.
Quick time.
Yeah, like, you know, just smash our way in, you know, which is like, you know me, I don't like doing damage when we go to these places and doing any of that sort of stuff. But I mean, it was an emergency. It was an emergency. It's like we had to get out. Yeah. So, you know, my thing was like,
Yeah, it's a thick wall.
Yeah, but there was a cage, like there was a big thing, like a big metal thing, and it had a lock on it, like, you know. And if we could have managed to get that lock off, then surely behind that was there was a plastic, and we could have got through the plastic, and we'd have been into that other area. I don't know, I don't quite know. Yeah, he seems to think that you couldn't get into this other area, but I think you could. Yeah.
So you said it had like a sliding thing over like a fence. It was like that one, like you said, Anchor. Was it like an air thing in case of anything?
It was an air hole. It was an air vent. It was an air vent. But without saying too much, I mean, it was basically something came over the top that wasn't, you know, I couldn't do it. Matt had to do it. Like, you know, he had to do it. So he fixed the situation. But yeah. But you know, my thing is like, well, you know, you're in there, like, shit or bust then, isn't it? Like, you know, what can you do? You know, you just gotta get out any way you can, isn't it? If that means like having to smash through a wall or having to smash like locks off. I mean, it's an emergency. Like, if you've got to get out and you can't get out, you know, you are going to get hold of like large pieces of metal and start smashing walls. Like, I mean, that's just the way it's got to be. Like, you know, Matt was so freaked out by he not only had to do like extreme work, like he had to do a lot of work, but the way it sort of like he was little bit like on edge because of it, and he was throwing up, like, so like literally like he was being sick. And he said, you know, watch out below, because he was being sick. Like, and he was like, watch out below, because he was being sick over the top. Like, it was blop coming down there.
The feeling of being trapped in there and stuff like that. Yeah, I can imagine I'd be the same, to be fair.
I didn't really care. I was like, let's film. But I mean, it affects different people in different ways. I mean, he did say to me, right after we managed to get out, he was like, right, let's come back and do this again. And I was like, you want to get back down here pretty fast. I was thinking, Jesus, this is so much work, right? It was so hard work. Like, it's almost like, is it actually worth it? Is it really worth it? But but I think we probably will. I wasn't feeling too happy about it in the car last night because it's just like, this is like taking it to the nth degree now. Like, I mean, it is getting very hard work, like some of this stuff.
No, I still won't go that place where it's underground, where it's a shed in the field, isn't there?
Just give me a second. I want to just confirm.
I don't want to say too much, but yeah, is it the grow under the quarry?
Oh yeah. That's a piece to get into because you got the ladder. I mean, I remember the first time I went down that ladder, it felt like it took about half an hour to get down there, and I was like really freaked out. And I mean, I've seen people like exploring with Tinsk was absolutely mortified. Like he went down there, and then when he was coming back up, he just froze. And like people were having to coax him, like, "Come on, you're all right. It's all right. You're halfway there. Like, just one hand in front of the other." And he was like, it was just like frozen. It was like the feeling of being in this huge shaft with a ladder that is about 100 foot. Which you get used to it now. Now when I go down there, it literally feels like it takes 10 minutes or less to get down there. But it felt like half an hour. It felt like much, much bigger because your brain plays tricks with you and it convinces you like things are not going to go well. Like,
weird. Yeah. I know. I'd love go there, but no one wants to go because that situation. So it's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I really want to go down there and have a look.
Got a new person, is it?
Yeah, it's Rob. He's from Rochdale. He's a metal detector. So, cool.
How are you doing, guys? You all right?
Oh, that's what's sticking out the front of his trousers. I thought he was. Oh, right, okay. I thought he was being immodest as usual.
That's my detector, that mate.
Was it detector though? That's the question.
Well, I've been with the same woman for 20 years, so it's right.
Good stuff.
Yeah, good to hear that.
Yeah, man.
Nice to meet you, Robert.
Yeah, you too, Volt, mate, and you, Tom.
And you, mate.
Aye.
I've known our Will for a bit, like for now, haven't I, dude? So great lad.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, hopefully we'll meet up this weekend for this secret waterfall that I'll take you to. Secret tunnel under waterfall, should I say.
Yeah, it sounds good, mate.
It's in your area. It's in Rochdale. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying too much on the live stream, of course.
Now you got it. Come on, now you're narrowing it down. Narrowing it down.
I know where it is. I've just never been in there. But you know, while you're on about throwing stones, where you were throwing rocks down and stuff like that. We used to do that as kids.
Oh,
I'm going to see if I can find it now by Google searching it. Using the correct words. I'm just going to see if I can find it.
No, it's guaranteed you won't find it. No one's done it on YouTube, as far as I know. Saying that, I've done quite a few places recently that's not been on YouTube at all or very much. I've done the Dye House. I found that as well. This one here, I've done. What else did I do? The UK's widest bridge as well. That's not being documented too much on YouTube at all. And a few other ones I found a cave I need to go back to. With a big stalactite coming out all the way across, right down, and stuff like that. So I found a few places that no one's been to, and yeah, all the best if they can find them.
Yeah, it's one of them.
Well, I gave you a location of one of them, so I do.
Yeah, I know.
Away.
Yeah, man.
But that's it. If it goes viral and after your video, we know where it came from. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
if
that's it.
everyone goes to it, yeah.
That definitely won't be the case, though.
Stormbreeze, no, behave, Carl. I'm sure you're still having nightmares from that.
I bet I remember that video. It was
The
mental,
tour
that.
bus. The
Oh, yeah.
tour bus.
Everyone's saying it was crazy for going in there, but when you're there and look at it and you see the fish and no water coming down, the very little flow coming through this fresh water through the tunnel, you'd walk down and see more, wouldn't you? Obviously, anyone would. But as soon as it starts coming down like it did when we got there, you'd do the same thing as we did, run.
It's all right. I was watching the video. Me, I was sweating for you guys. I was sweating. I'm like, going, come on, run!
Yeah. It's a bit weird because when you're going through something like that, you're like panicking but trying not to panic. And Richie Wellick was in front of us. He went down the tunnel first. Once we turned around, seeing what coming down, we came to a little like manhole way, tried to get out, and it was sealed. So we had a little talk saying, right, let's get down to this main chamber and we can get to the bars and get a phone call out and arrange rescue, fire service cutting the bars or something.
Yeah.
So Richie went, right, I'll check the water first. Stood in the water. I said, how does it feel? Is it pushing off your feet? A little bit, he said. Then he starts going in the tunnel. I was like, oh, right. But he's tall enough to hold the top of the tunnel like that and walk down. Yeah. So I go in after him. I try to reach there. No, not having that. No. And then Carl's behind us. And you see Richie like disappearing his torch. And we get round the corner. Wait, how did Richie? No. Because I was at first in front on the way out somehow. And they
didn't you all climb up that?
I went through first, didn't I? Yeah, went through a little tunnel first, through the first manhole. Said, right, let's go down. Let's get down to this one's sealed. Let's go on, move on to the next one. That's it.
Yeah, that was it. Because the Carl was pushing you.
Yeah,
and you were like, effing now, Carl. I thought you was me mate. That was the best part of the video. That effing now, Carl. You can't say hello.
Yeah,
quick.
Yeah, they went on the platform and we decided to move on to the next one. That's the first one in front. Then Carl was behind us, and then Richie, I think it was. Then we
it was.
This one where it's got loads of stairs and this water's built up by now, and there's loads of noise, and Carl's getting a bit panicky. He virtually rammed us out of the way. He's like, "Whoa, calm down, Carl."
Yeah. He did, yeah.
And just point up there, Carl. Next thing, he was up there like a rocket. I'd never seen Carl move as fast. Never.
Literally was on. I seen it on the video.
He's absolutely rubbish at climbing, but that day, wow, gone.
Straight on it.
Faster than me.
I always wanted to ask you this, Will, though. So if that current of that water would have took you where would you've ended up?
Back into the main chamber. And in that main chamber, there's a slot in the wall. And that's to release the water out of that room to go out into the Manchester Ship Canal. So
if you would have got through that, you would have been in canal, right?
Yeah.
You got chewed up in it, basically.
Yeah.
Well, no, you'd have got in like the ship canal there.
The chamber, because them have thingies, don't they, for keep the water flowing and stuff.
No,
them chamber things.
No, it's got like a window. So when the water gets so high, it pours out of the window into the canal outside.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah. So you'd come out through the window, then drop down into the canal, and obviously it's being used by boats, commercial boats at the moment, and they'd see you in there. So yeah. But the main concern I had is I had an operation on my back many years ago, and if I land on my back going down the stairs backwards, you know what I mean? Yeah, or bang your head, even, that's, you know what I mean? You're just unconscious then and drowned. So it's either your back or your head. That's more concerned about.
Like I say, I was sweating for you guys when that water was gushing through. I thought, here we go, no.
Yeah, it doesn't look much at first, but it just builds up because it does. Because you've got to remember, surface water comes across a lot of area, off a lot of surface. Basically, that's why it's called surface water. Comes down all the streets, all the roads, all the car parks, anything that's tarmacked or anything like that, or even drainage off houses outside fresh water, that goes down there as well. So a lot of stuff goes down there. And if it does start raining a little bit in one area, it might just spread a lot of water around that little area, and raise it. But then also you've got to remember, if you go in a place like that and you're going in, it's nice and clear and dry and sunny, and you don't know how long this place is. I believe this one's about 7-8 miles the track there and back, so it is a long one. And you got to remember, if you're walking in 4 miles down here, 4 miles up the road might be having a tropical rainstorm or something, or it might be like, you know what I mean, or something might have happened up there.
That's when they lay it open.
Yeah, like a water pipe burst on the road, and all of a sudden all the water got to go somewhere, and it'll come down the road, down the sewage, down the freshwater system. Yeah, so it's a lot of dangerous when going in places like that, and you've got to suss out whether you're capable of getting out of there and whether it's worth it to you, and whether you want to go in there. It's up to you at the end of the day. It's your life, and you take the responsibility in your own hands.
Yeah, because you take that risk, don't you?
Yeah,
definitely. So, like, we're good video of that, mate. We're good one. So, what I get into the underground town, me in Manchester, me.
Yeah, I won't mind doing that. I've not been up there yet. I've got an idea how to get in there, but
we need a stealth saw.
Well, no, there's 3 entrances, isn't there? And 2 of them are blocked off now, but there's one near a taxi rank somewhere, I've been told, which I've had my resource told me that you can actually slide the wooden panel off and get in to go down to it. So once I find that, well, I'll let you know, and you guys, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
that'd be cool, that would.
Yeah, and it's near a taxi rank somewhere, so...
That's a secret one on its own, isn't it, that?
Definitely.
So if I find out how many taxi ranks are in Manchester, there's lots, isn't there? So,
there's got to be a couple of thousand, aren't there? It's Manchester, isn't it?
I need to remember how old the taxi rank was there. How many years ago was this news or information is, because the taxi rank might have been closed down and moved, or
and apparently
built on it.
Yeah, the entrance as well apparently is not visible to your eye. You've got to know where it is, you know what I mean? So it's hidden away, so you couldn't just spot it walking down the street. So I'll keep doing my research and I'll find it.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah, man.
I'm just watching T420's Land Rover Discovery, not Discovery, Land Rover Defender. Yeah, going along, and I realise now it's 50% speed, because it makes it look more like a Land Rover then, because if it's big, it's obviously going a bit quick, isn't it? You know, if it's at full speed, but you've halved the speed, so it actually looks like a Land Rover, brum brum brum, blobbing about. Yeah, that's good. That is, and you're into your side trance as well. I noticed on the track,
yeah.
I have actually got a phone number for the underground Manchester. I know where it's been welded up, the grid. The arches.
Yeah.
I've got a phone number there for a guy. Someone's passed me his number and says, phone him, have a word. He can't promise whether he'll let us in or not, but go from there. So,
worth a try.
That's it. It's worth a try.
You don't ask, you're only going to get a yes or a no answer. It's like me when I go like hunting for permissions to go on some farmer's field, you know, to metal detect, you're only going to get a yes and no answer. You know what I mean? So there's no harm in asking.
That's it. Yeah.
And if you say there's a group of yous, like 30 or 40 who's all interested in this place, and could you open it up for a day or something? It might, it might not, or you know what I mean? It might say not that many. It might just prefer a couple of people in.
Well, that's another thing. It's like a farmer. If because I used to run a group dig sort of thing, and there were like 30 of us, and max 25 to 30. And sometimes when you ask the farmer permission and say, "Can we have like 25 people on?" Blah blah blah, he's like, "No chance, not a chance." You know what I mean? He said, "I wouldn't mind 5 of you, but not that many, digging holes everywhere." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it'd probably be in the same as your game, asking permission to go in somewhere. It'd probably only let a couple of you in, not loads of you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd probably be all right with just a few of you, and you know what I mean.
That's it.
Oh, there's Barry there. I didn't see him in before.
Hey, how you doing, Barry? Yeah, I was going to say, Tom, check out a track called Collider by Trip Switch.
Yeah.
I reckon you'll like that. It's got a similar sort of vein to that track I was hearing. Sort of, it made me think of it then when I was listening to that track on your thing.
Oh, yeah. I'll have to watch the live stream back then, and yeah. I'll have a look at that. Good
track. It starts off, it's like some sort of like African sort of like tribal music, and then it sort of goes dumph and just starts into this like crazy sort of track. It's like, wow.
Yeah. Yeah, I like music like that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty mad track. I'll stick a link in the chat so people can go and have a listen to it themselves later on if they want. This is a track I like.
Yeah, I'll check that out. Definitely.
Hey, Matt, what you want to take on your Explorers is a little alarm clock. A wind-up one.
What, so I can wake the fuck up?
Yeah, no, for the security guards.
All right, yeah.
The alarm clock there on the side next to him.
Yeah.
And then he should have banged right on that door when he was there asleep with his arm out.
I tell you, would it be the cheekiest thing to do would be to like stick a secret vault sticker on his laptop screen.
Yeah,
bastard to get it off as well.
The massive one as well, the full screen one.
was pretty funny that sneaking in there like I hadn't seen him.
Hey, some
just
people
stuck it on his hand, stuck it on his arm. on his crotch would have been the funniest as well. Like, just to go his crotch, like, what's chuck it so it lands on his face.
Mark on his head, right on his forehead.
Yeah, right, nighty night on his forehead.
Bloody hell.
Yeah. Some people were like,
"Wake me up at so time."
Yeah. Well, or get one of those silicon sex dolls and just put it like spooning him behind, like, so he wakes up, he's like, "What the fuck's this?" And secret vault like sticking across his mouth.
Just cock it on him and run.
Yeah. There's been a few people like emailing me saying, "Oh, you should take that video down. That's really bad. Like, you know, that guy could get attacked." And it's like, oh, come on, it's just a bit of fun, you know.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Well, even without that video, this guy can still get attacked by someone sneaking in that place.
Well, yeah, but I mean, that's it. Now, if somebody shows him that video, because they'll go, "Oh, I know who's over there, and I know who's that bloke is," and they can't. I bet you you know, what it's like, they'll be say, "Have you seen the video of you?" Like, you know, and he's like, "No." And it's like, "Yeah, that's you, isn't it? That's you. Look," and somebody's going to show it to him.
Someone's
they won't be able to resist.
Do that, yeah.
Yes,
Definitely.
somebody will show it to him, and then he's going to think, "Oh, right, well, I will actually just close the door at night now when I go to bed. When I go to sleep, I'll just like put the door closed because it's like, you know,
Yeah.
safer,
There
isn't
could
it?
have been two of them, like you say, because there was a door when you walked up the stairs was closed, wasn't it? And you said on the video, it's a bit suspect that. So it was like, yeah. And then when you walked round the corner, not realizing, and then it was like, oh shit.
And then as I'm creeping away, his phone starts like ringing or going into alarm, and I'm thinking, is that an alarm or somebody ringing him saying there's like somebody in the building, like, you know?
Yeah,
you know,
yeah. The sensor or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
bloody
Am
hell.
I doing any more exploring? Yeah, I do get on with Josh. He's all right. Yeah, and exploring with fighters, but it's just as and when I can meet them. It's a long old drive up to Manchester, see, so I don't get up there an awful lot, you know. But yeah, if I could get up there, I mean, I'm sort of losing track of what Dan's up to be honest, really. But yeah, absolutely, you know. And when he comes back to the UK, you know that when they want to do something on a boat, it's going to be like, Matt, we want to do something on your boat. Yeah.
I was just about to say, I loved it when you went through them tunnels on them boats. That was a great experience. That.
Yeah.
With the Kraken as well. I think that was definitely a dodgy one. That when you went through that, was it like a canal tunnel or something?
Yeah, I mean, didn't you have to climb your way like under the barrier? No, you're in the boats, weren't you? And you had to go like get past that barrier to get into them. You did it somehow, didn't you? But you got through.
Yeah, it had like metal plates which were there, but they didn't go into the water. So what we did is we got under it because it was just that much above the water. So what we did is we got the boat up to it, and then I think I took the air out of the boat, so it was a bit lower, and we just squeezed it. We squeezed underneath it, and pushed ourselves underneath it,
Yeah, that wasn't it? Stanage Tunnel.
Stanage, yeah.
Yeah, that was a cool video as well, that, Matt.
Yeah. It was good fun, but I mean, Dan wanted to go back and do it again. And I'm like, nah, once is enough for me. You know, you want to go back and I said to him, I said, look, you know, you get yourself a motor, get yourself an electric motor, like a battery thing, and literally put it on the back of the Kraken. And then you got a great video then, because it's like now you're doing it yourself. Like, you know, you don't have to have somebody pulling you along on another boat. You know, it's like literally power your own, you know, your life raft, power your life raft, because it's still funny because it's wrong, isn't it? It's a life raft. It's not supposed to have an engine on it. Like, you know, but like if you put an engine on it, it'd be great.
Yeah, did you all stop though and get Greg's or something? Yeah, you all stopped it. Greg's, man.
That was a different place. We went into Bristol, and we were like in the tunnels underneath Bristol, and there's a doorway you can get out, climb up like ladders, get out onto these steps, and you come out on a shopping street, and go and get some food and drinks, come back in, and the only thing that scares me is some bastard would like slam the door, and then that would be a nightmare because how the hell do we get back to the boat then? Like, that would be a problem. But
bloody hell.
I mean, it might be that you could stand up in that thing and walk, but I just don't know what the height of that tunnel is. Like, I mean, we could get a something to test the water height, like, you know, a rod and push it down, and it might be possible that you could walk along it. You never know, but certainly get very sludgy up the end because I mean it's full of crap. That tunnel is absolutely full. Maybe now we've had some rains, it'll probably wash it out because the river, when the river gets too high, the river spills over into that tunnel and comes out and goes into the harbour. So it's actually like an overflow for it. So that would probably be good because it just like flush out all the crap that's in that tunnel. Hopefully,
what's built up, it'll just push it all out.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
But yeah, the Kraken videos, I enjoy watching them boat ones, don't I?
Yeah.
Has the Kraken got a window though on both sides?
I think it has, It's got a window, but they normally keep that open, you know, because they're obviously looking out of it. But it has got a window.
Yeah, I know they've got a door, they put the boat motor out that side. I was thinking if they've got the window on the other side to see where they're going.
all they have to do is like get a big plank of wood, you know, and then sort of fix that on the back as a transom, and then just stick the thing on it, like, you know, stick the electric motor on it. I don't think it'd be a problem. And to be honest, a battery would have enough to get you in and back out of Stanage, because it is long, but it's not longer than I've actually used a battery on a boat for. I've used a battery on a little trolling motor a couple of times, you know, and it's been all right. Take 2 batteries, you know.
Yeah, that's it.
So it's definitely doable. Yeah, I think it's worth it, you know, for a different type of video rather than just doing the same type of video again. But yeah, and then my engine, like, you know, that engine has seen some action. Bloody hell, towing boats and stuff. That little engine before it died. I mean, it did pretty well. I mean, you know, it did do the trick, like, you know, but all the good things must come to an end.
Is that when you were stranded, and then it was like a rowing situation?
Yes, 2 hours in complete darkness of rowing, like, and just all you can see is these lights of like distant things in the distance, and it's just rowing, and you just don't know, you haven't moved anywhere, and it's like it's saying like we're doing 2 miles an hour, and it's just like 2 hours at 2 miles an hour, and it's like, what the, you know.
Yeah, your arms like Popeye when you come out at end.
Well, it's funny actually, because you just get on. You just got to get on with it and just not think about it. Like, and even though it's like painful and tiring, you just got to do it. Like, you just can't stop. There's
Dan went on a mission, didn't he? With them.
But he was trying to go like this, like super fast and all this. And you got to knock yourself out. You got to pace yourself, like keep doing it, but pace yourself. He was going a bit nuts, but yeah,
it was like not going nowhere.
Yeah, in a situation like that, you just got to relax, haven't you, and just take your time and just get through.
Yeah.
No,
but then he did start going somewhere, didn't he? He started nailing it a bit, didn't he?
Yeah, but you know, we had such like a current. You know, there's a current goes in and out of the chrome of what was it, Firth of Cromarty or whatever it was, and you know, it's either coming in or going out, and of course, you know, you're fighting that because it's going to take you down the shore or up the shore, and we're trying to just go straight across, but it's just pulling us. So I mean, you're only getting like a minor speed on. It was horrible,
crazy.
We're very lucky though, because the water was calm. I mean, when we were out there the next day, it was quite rough, you know.
Yeah.
And I said, like, we need to call this now. You know, we need to get back now because you know, choosing the tide times, because when the tide comes in, you got rough water, and then when the tide goes out, you got rough water. But between the tides going in and out, there's a calm point in the middle. Now, when we went over there the next day, I'm not kidding you. I mean, it was like the waves were boom up against this oil rig thing, and like we were getting like thrown up against it, like boosh. And I was thinking, shit, are we going to be able to do this? And I said, look, if you get a hold on, just get on. You know, just don't bugger about and try and get back in the boat. If you get on, get on. You know. And it's like, and then I jumped on, and the boat was coming up like high level, and then it was like down like 5 feet below me, like, and then it was in the water. It was like boom, like up again, like by me,
like you were jumping in the boat.
Yeah, and then so I said, right, now when it comes up high again, I'm just going to bring it on, so it sort of comes up, boom, like that, and I just pulled the boat on. It was just like that because it was level with me, you know. It was like that. The waves were crazy. And it could go so wrong because you got rusted iron on the side of the on the side of the oil rig, and I mean, you know, you scuff that boat against the rusted iron, and if you get a nasty little jagged bit, it could just slice your boat. That's it, game over.
It's got them barnacles as well, aren't they, on the side and stuff like that?
Yeah,
they're sharp as well, aren't they?
Yeah.
So that was definitely an experience. Yeah.
Oh, but anyway, it's like you say. Once that sea starts coming in, doesn't it? The tide time, like you say, it comes in quick and it's fast. So
yeah.
No messing about,
Yeah, but I've done that metal detecting on the beach like that. You could be out at sea, like, you know, like on the beach like that, and then all of a sudden you see your feet and you're like, shit, I need to work my way back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The Green Fort where we went, that came in very, very, very slow, the tide, but it went out really fast.
That was quite easy to handle, that one. But there are places like Weston-super-Mare and Barry where the tide at its lowest to its highest is 13 meters. Right?
Wow.
You work that out, 13 meters. That's the tide goes down and the tide comes up. So at Weston-super-Mare, you can be on the sands, like looking out at the beach, and you start walking out on the sands, which is in itself dangerous because it can get muddy and you can have like quicksand spots and things like that. But you start walking out there and you're like, oh, this is quite nice, isn't it? And the sea starts coming at you, and you can't run fast enough. You can't run fast enough to run back. And people get caught a lot, and that's why they've got a rapid response unit for anyone who gets seen out, and they're like, right, the tide's changing, they're not coming back in. These idiots are not coming back in, and they got a hovercraft, and they just get it out to you really quickly because it's like they know you're not making it back. You will not do it, you know.
Yeah, dead quick in it.
Mm.
Well, that's what I mean. It's the sea, like it's nature in it, and now the nature is just dead aggressive. Once it comes in, you're like, shit, run. Run, Forrest, run.
Yeah.
That's it. Nature takes care of everything, you know what I mean?
And I mean, it's even like down in Plymouth, that's got a high tide as well. And like we've gone over to the Drake's Island, and like you put the boat up against this platform thing they got there, and it's got steps up. Now, if you go to tie the boat really tight, like people don't know, if they're brand new with boats, they buy a boat, they take it out there, and they go, right, I'll tie this up now. So they tie it with a short rope. But you imagine that short rope, and it's literally going to be like the water's going to go meters, like, you know, 2-3 meters higher, right? So when you come back, all you see is like a rubber boat like that sunk in the water with its arse sticking up in the air.
and all your stuff floating on.
Yeah, and all your stuff's gone, like, But the thing is, as well, to solve that situation, you then got to go down into the water, and you've got to go down and like undo the boat, you know. So people don't realize when you put a boat like that on somewhere like that, you've got to leave meters of rope, you know, so that it can literally come up and down with the tide, like, you know. Yeah. So,
even that
you can easily pull it out, you know, pull it back. Yeah. That's the one, isn't it?
I wouldn't like to jump in there and untie it with all the waves gone about. I'd wait until the tide goes back out and then pull the boat out of the and empty water out of it, then use it that way. That's if it's usable. Then you never know.
Yeah.
But that's what I mean. It's like where you've hooked it up to or whatever. There's out sharp down there, and it's, you know what I mean. They'd be gone. It could be a goner, couldn't it? Really.
Yeah.
Be
rowing it back if not.
Yeah, definitely. It's like when I've finished work, me, you know, like because I'm a welder and that. You won't see how high the tide mark is in my bath. Dead eye. You know what I mean?
Drain it out. You're like, oh, bloody hell.
Look how high that tide mark is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know the one.
Same as Morecambe Bay. Yeah, that's bad up there. Morecambe Bay as well. Saying that, there's a little girl died up near us, not too far away from us, in that Carl Brook. That's Ashton Oldham.
Yeah. Carl Brook, yeah. Bless her.
They found her floating in a little lake. Yeah, sad.
There's been a lad as well, hasn't there? Not far as well. Another lad, a 21-year-old.
You're joking? Not another one?
No, I can't remember where it was. I can get it up because it was shown on.
That'll be 5 in the last 5 weeks. 1 a week virtually now.
But that's why I always warn, you know, like my children about the hot weather. Don't go swimming in reservoirs or out like that. You never know, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Reservoirs are the worst places to go swimming.
Well, that one we're on about for going there. I know a guy who died in that years and years ago when I were about 14. One of my mates, yeah. He died in that reservoir there by jumping in, and he got sucked to the next reservoir because, you know what I mean, the suction pipes, because there was no grate on top. He got sucked right through, didn't make it at the other end.
And it's like a chopper. It's like a spring, isn't it? Like a fan going all the way through the pipe to the other side, sort of thing.
Mm.
Like 100-foot down chopper, and then it comes out to a flush pipe with pressure, with a fan. What pushes it out? One of them.
Mm.
That's what's underneath reservoirs.
Yeah.
Yeah, dangerous
Nasty.
places.
Yeah.
Saying that one you're talking about where your mate died.
Yeah.
There's a pump house thing right on the edge of it, and it comes out a little bit, and it's like a little round building, and then it goes into the water.
Yeah.
It's got a metal roof on it now, like a triangle roof.
Yeah.
So you can't climb on it, but it used to be a flat one. And a lot of people, even I, climbed on top of it and just jumped off that straight into the reservoir itself.
Mm.
But as kids, you don't realise how dangerous it is.
Yeah. And he went at an angle, apparently. You know, when the thing come, like when he jumped in it, he went at an angle. As he went in as a pencil dive, you know what I mean? He went in at an angle, so he come away from that building to the pipe, and apparently he had a groin injury where his legs hit the side of the pipe, and then he got sucked right through.
Wow.
Bloody hell.
Nasty.
That's crazy. That could have been me. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, but that's what I mean. I could tell you the name of it, but it will give it away of what it's called, that jump, because there's a couple of jumps that they've got names for.
There's another one round the corner, I believe. It's a suicide jump in it, suicide cliff or something.
Yeah. I'll tell you. I'll tell you if we go out, and I'll let you. Well, I can text them you. I'll text them you.
Yeah, that's where they shown Tom that, didn't I? Said
Is that the one? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I actually shit myself. You know, when we were climbing along that them rocks. Yeah. I was like, no. It was actually worse. I felt worse than car cave drop. It was one of them, mate. You know, one of them, like, because I knew what was under the water, you know, situation.
Yeah, you go in there. Yeah,
You drop in that water.
Car caves, though, you can fall in the darkness. That's it. Game over there as well.
Yeah, but in water and then getting sucked through a pipe and you know, situation. Yeah, munched.
See, I've just searched that on Google about the guy drowning, but it's not coming up now. But it's brought that girl up, and that's where I was metal detecting last week in Stalybridge.
Oh, is that where you got the 30 coins or whatever?
Yeah, in Stalybridge, yeah.
That's cool.
Nice.
I got 32 coins in about 4 hours detecting. Or something. Oh, she was only 14, bless her, weren't she? 14 was she? Bleeding hell. Yeah, I can't read that. It makes me feel, you know, like I can't read shit like that.
No.
There's an old power station there, and they used to have cooling towers. They've been knocked down, and basically I got into the underground of the cooling towers. Didn't film it because it was just checking it out. Me and Richie went in, and it was flooded, so we decided to go back. I had my waders on. He had his waders on, but he stood on the bank waiting for us. He tied a rope round me, and the water only looked about 6-7 inches deep. But as you stepped, the sill just went further and further down. So I carried on going as far as I could go, and the silt got up to like near me private part, and it was getting too hard to walk. And the rope itself, I thought, if I get stuck here and he pulls me to get out, I'm going backwards and he's dragging me underneath the water, suffocating me or drowning me. So I decided not to go any further. Plus I didn't know how good the air was because we didn't have the gas meter on at the time. We didn't have a gas meter at the time, so we decided to go back another time, but we never did. But that was a big place under there. that old power station.
That's what I mean. That power station. I worked far on a farm. Is that the one in Stalybridge you're on about? It were not. They blew it up. Yeah, they blew it up with dynamite years ago, don't they? All the power, the things.
Yeah, cooling towers. Yeah.
Yeah. I were on a farm about 2 minutes away from them. We drove past them. We went past the new one what they'd made, and to the right hand side you've got the old ones what they blew up, and we were just up on a farm just up there.
Ah, yeah. Up that side.
And it's weird, like when you go onto an estate, it's quite, I think it's a rough estate, and then it goes nicer sort of thing. We come off onto a farm off that estate there, and it was like 2 farms coming off the estate.
Yeah.
Can't remember the name.
Did they blow 3 cooling towers that day?
Yeah, something like that, didn't they? They blew them, blew them up.
And they blocked all the road off, didn't they, and stuff?
Yeah, I think it's still fenced off. It's still fenced off as you go around, but there'll be a way in.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I went there that day when they blew them towers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure it's on the old YouTube somewhere.
Possibly.
It's just off the main road, isn't it? You know what I mean? As you come off the main road, you do like a sharp right, or it depends which way you're coming in.
Like a roundabout, and then roundabout, and you can see it straight ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah. I definitely went and recorded that. I can remember the name.
Yeah, I can't say it. Sassy Explorer. But yeah, there's a lot of underground up there. It's mad, isn't it? There's loads. I just don't have time to explore them because I'm out with my metal detector, and I think, oh yeah, I'll go and do that. But when you start finding stuff, it's like, oh, I'm finding stuff here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's one of them. Yeah.
I've got all my cameras on and everything for my metal detector and stuff like that. I could well go and do it, man, but I don't want to get into trouble while I'm on my own. You know what I mean? I'd sooner be with someone. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's always safer.
Yeah, that's it.
It is.
I remember when I was a kid, I went to a place in Barry called the Lake, and they had a pool there. So it's like you had this triangle lake, and then right next to it a pool, and it was a public pool outdoors. And we always used to jump off they had different height, like boards and things like that there, and we'd be like dive bombing off them and whatnot. But I injured myself a few times going off a high board there, like, you know, and coming down and hurting myself really badly and winded and having to get out. But we were there one day, and they sort of they said everybody's got to get out of the pool, everybody's out of the pool, and a young kid, I think it was a boy, had actually like disappeared, and they said, well, they think maybe he's in the water, like, you know, maybe he's there. So they cleared the pool out, and they got police divers in, and it took them 3 hours to find this body in just a pool, like, you know, just a big square pool. And they said that the filtration system was clouding the water, so they couldn't see. And apparently they were in there for 3 hours looking for this kid. It was crazy, because it's like, well, how big is this pool? It's not big. Yeah. Where is he? He must have just been floating around, like, you know. They couldn't see him because the water was so cloudy because of the chlorine.
Wow.
And it was very sad, you know. But it's like, you know.
So he was in there then. He
was there. Yeah, he was dead.
But they couldn't find him.
It took him hours to find the body with police divers. Yeah, and it's just like a square pool, you know, just like square. That's it. It's like one of those steep sloping ones that goes down to a deep end, you know.
Oh yeah.
I think they couldn't find him. Took him hours.
That's proper bad. That.
But I remember that as a kid. Like, I mean, we were like, oh, when we were all thinking, like, when we went, we're like, oh, maybe he's probably just walked out to the place and they'll find him. He's wandering around somewhere, but he wasn't. He was dead. We were all swimming in the water, and there was a dead kid in the water. Like, we were all swimming around in it. It's pretty sick, isn't it? Yeah.
Something similar.
So that was the same sort of thing with the divers. Then they must have been looking for him, and they were floating past every time.
Yeah,
you know, one of them.
Yeah, floating around, but they couldn't find him.
Crazy, though.
Health and safety reasons. Sure, you couldn't have a pool open really, if it's that bad, because you can't see anyone in danger.
Well, this is it. I mean, like somebody probably had their knuckles wrapped for that, like, you know, for allowing it to be cloudy, you know, like putting in too much or whatever. But they said they couldn't see him. It was like the vision. That was the problem. Was they couldn't see. You know, I mean, we were swimming around in it all day, like, you know, we didn't know any different, but yeah. I mean, I mean, it happened years ago, and I doubt there'd be anything. But it's like, what do they used to call it? Like, it's gone now because they got rid of that pool after that. They actually closed it down. I think it was like pretty much the nail in the coffin for that outdoor pool.
The end of that one.
Yeah. It's been it's grass now. You'd never know there was a pool there. Like, you know, it's called Lake Pool Barry.
Something similar happened to me when I were in Alcudia in Spain when I was 16-year-old. Everyone were looking for this little girl. She was 6-year-old. She'd gone missing, blah, blah, blah. They're all searching, and they found her in the pool. She'd fell in. She couldn't swim, and she drowned. And I tell you what I said. And it was like the hotel across from me, and everyone's searching for this young girl. And then she gets found in this pool, bless her, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Here you go. Look, this is the place, right? I'll show you a photo of it now. Right, this is the Nap Beach. Have you got it up? Have you got it up?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the Nap Beach where I used to take my dogs. Used to swim in that beach, and then this is the triangle pool where you could like go on those little boat things, you know, and sort of like go around. And then this was the swimming pool, which is no longer there. And I always remember it because of this crescent thing. It's like the crescent, and you could go and like, you know, you could change in this, and that was the pool there.
That's quite a big pool, that, isn't it?
Fairly big.
Big one, yeah.
It is a big pool, yeah. But when I went there, I think I think they'd actually made it a bit shorter than this. I could be wrong, but I think they got rid of that end bit because that was just like a paddling area, and they got rid of it, so it was just the main pool, just like this bit of the pool. But anyway, that's it. And we used to live up here on the top of the hill, so we used to walk down the hill, go to the beach. That was what I was thinking, like, you know. So.
Wow.
Yeah, I got a tool here. I haven't used it much, but it's a good thing to have on. You can like draw things like on the screen, like, you know.
What's that, a cat or a pair of headphones?
It's a guy with a very long nose.
It's a water tower.
Sitting down.
Water tower. Yeah.
A pair of headphones.
Yeah.
I thought that were a lighthouse. That
wireless.
This was the deep end down here, and the you know, all the, like, you know, the jumps and everything were on this end, like, you know. So yeah. It's a good little tool though, because you can actually like draw on your images, like, you know, and do things. Yeah,
that is good. Yeah,
it's called G Ink.
G Ink. That's cool.
G-Ink. Yeah. But it allows you to draw on whatever's on your screen at the time, so you can illustrate what you're talking about, you know. So yeah.
That's
Bingle in the background, Matt.
The what? The jingle? Bingles? No. That's behind, actually. That hill there is the suburb. So that's up to the suburb. And then Bingles and what was it? What do they call it now? It was I can't remember. When you go like a holiday park, Barry Butlins. Yeah, I don't know if it was ever called Bingles, but it was Butlins. And that closed down. I mean, Barry Island used to be quite interesting. It had like a big theme park, you know, like, well, not on the scale of you know, it was like a tiny theme park, but it was big enough for Barry Island. And then it had Butlins, and then Butlins closed down. Then the theme park closed down and got leveled. It's just like there's nothing there anymore. It was like, and it became a bit dead, to be honest, Barry Island. So
yeah, there we go.
Used to be really popular.
Yeah, Darren just said, we're at Bellevue. It was the one across from me. And I can't remember the name of the hotel where that little girl sadly went. I can't remember the name of the hotel across from me. It was right across because you could get to, I think it was 3 hotels and they all had swimming pools, and you could go in any swimming pools even if you're in that hotel. But yeah, we're at Bellevue, Darren.
Yeah.
Right, guys, I'm going to have to jump off now because I'm going to get myself ready for work tomorrow.
Okay, mate.
Yeah, no worries.
But it's been great speaking with you.
Yeah, hopefully meet up weekend and stuff, yeah?
Yeah, not a problem. Just give us a bell, mate, and I'm up for it, definitely.
Yeah, no
Sounds
worries.
a plan.
Right, nice one. Sounds good, guys. Have a great day and a great week. Same chat.
Cheers, mate.
Have a good one, mate.
Cheers.
Nice one. I might have to do the same, do the honours myself.
Yeah, don't worry. I'm shooting off as well because coming up to two hours and it's coming up to nearly.
Oh, 5 I've got to be up. So, yeah, I might as well do the honours.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay.
Cheers, Tom. Thanks for coming
Yeah,
up.
man. Nice
Cheers,
one.
mate.
See you
Thanks
later.
for having us, man.
Thank you, mate.
I've been
you,
slow
mate.
tonight. Look, I've only had 2 cans of beer. Look, I've been polite.
Bloody
Anyway,
hell.
cheers, Tom.
Yeah, nice one, Matt. Have a good one, mate.
All the best, yeah.
Well,
I'll check out your channel
soon.
now. I'll have a look at some of your RC stuff.
Yeah, cheers, mate. Nice one. See you in a bit, lads.
All the best.
See you in a bit, mate.
Yeah, watch that video where you went up the canal in your boat as well. And people complaining that you're going too fast and all that.
Up the sea anal. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I always like to think of them as, yeah.
How is that new engine? Because you said it weren't great at starting on heat when it's hot.
It starts okay. I've totally cleaned the carburetor out and checked as much as I can, and it seems like the carb is clear, you know. But I get a feeling it's something else, you know. I haven't checked it out properly, but I got a feeling there's one plug is getting like fouled with too much fuel, so I don't quite know what will be causing that, but we'll have to have a bit bigger deep dive into what's going on with it. But yeah,
it's 4-stroke, isn't it? That
no, it's 2-stroke. The new one I've got, and 4-stroke. The little baby one's is 2-stroke. The little Yamaha one that Steve Ronan paid so he could get across to do the oil rig. You know, he bought an engine, like, you know, and I'm sort of left it with me because it's hard to take an engine on the plane. So yeah,
hand luggage, yeah, don't fit in your bag.
Yeah. Right. Well, I tell you what, I'll be back in a sec because I need a rest break a second. So I'll be back now, folks.
Yeah, no worries. So what you've all been up to this week and whatever, please leave a comment. Yeah, a lot of you left a comment in my last video saying about go back, and yeah, like you heard, we're going back this weekend and give it a go if the weather's holding up. But like you all know, the weather's turning at the moment, so fingers crossed. It's a nice weekend for us to go in, and we'll be doing that. Thank you for everyone who's watched it and all that. So cool. Yeah. All my videos. Thank you everyone for watching my videos. I've got another one coming out soon, but it's totally different. It's more of a vehicle video again. I've do a couple of vehicle videos, so that'll be relating to the old buses again, because I've done a bus video a few months ago now, and it's done all right, and getting quite a lot of comments on it, and I think I'll do another one about old buses and see how that goes. So yeah, that will be coming out quite soon, hopefully, fingers crossed, when I find it. It's in my hard drive somewhere, but it's just wherever it is. Oh, we've got History Hunter down. Yep. History Hunter down. Down Under. Yeah. Down Under. Cool.
Well, Mr. Will, are you staying on for a bit, or are you doing your usual eject at 11 o'clock?
Eject at 11 o'clock.
Eject.
Yeah, I've got work tomorrow as well, so yeah.
Oh dear. Well, yeah, I don't know. If you're not going to be on, maybe I won't open this. Maybe I'll save it for another day.
Yeah. Before you shoot off though, after the chat, I want you to have a quick look at my computer if you can, see if you can sort anything out for me.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
You want me to come on like and do a remote?
I don't think you'd have to really. I think you'd be able to just talk me through it through the StreamYard.
That can be quite slow, but yeah, all right, we'll have a look.
Yeah.
Can be slow. It's like, can you see that icon up there? That's called like, this, and it's like, no. It's like,
No,
it's there in the top
whereabouts?
left.
What?
Where?
It's
like this.
It's
Blue. It's blue. It's like a circle. Can you see it? Blue circle. No, I can't see it. It's blue. It's called like It's a circle. It's in the low upper right. No, I can't see it. Oh, yeah. Oh, I can see it now. So it's like, there you go.
Yeah.
There's a minute and a half wasted on just being able to find the icon. Like, yeah. It's bad enough when you I just will not ever help somebody by talking to them. I can't. No. I'm not going to help them by talking to them. It's got to be like on screen, and it's a lot easier when I can control the mouse as well. But yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. There we go. We shall see. Yes. So
hopefully it's just a matter of click that and it's done. Well, then one.
Okay. Well, I think I'm going to need this then, aren't I? I think I'm going to probably need this, like for stress relief purposes. Like, I'm going to be pulling my hair out in a second. What little bit I have on my genitals, it's going to get yanked. It's going to be like, right, where have I got some hair?
I was going to say, where are you pulling it from?
What have you done? Sorry.
Hey, what?
What?
Nothing.
What? What? You said something.
I said I was wondering where you're pulling your hair from. Where's got to pull your hair from?
My butt crack.
Aye.
It's like Rapunzel down there, mate. It drags along the floor. I could just walk across my kitchen and it just sweeps it. It's just like as I walk from one side of the room to the other. It's like proper.
Plait, then you got like a rope ladder, don't you? Make a rope ladder out of it.
I could be like I could be the BDSM version of Indiana Jones, like whipping people with my butt hair that's been like plaited butt hair. Yeah. Always takes 30 seconds to get a reaction. I'll start seeing the laughs coming in now in the comments in a second. It always takes 30 seconds. Oh, Barry's off for you. All right, mate. You take it easy. Take it easy. I bet he's back from holiday now because he was on holiday, wasn't he?
Hume Hall.
Send us some photos of your holiday, Barry, so we can see what it was like. I hope it was nice. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, there we are. Well known and no sense. He says he knows Cold Nap, Romley Park, and Marine Lake. Yeah, exactly. Romley Park used to have a very good fireworks display, and it was awesome. I mean, it really was. Like, they used to have the name of Romley Park, like in fireworks as well. So it would like, and all the name would like light up, and it was a really good fireworks display. I remember as a kid, it used to blow my mind. It was like amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they don't stop doing them now around Manchester, putting on displays like big bonfires and stuff like that.
They say like, oh, it's like dogs get stressed out, and it's like, well, you did buy a dog, didn't you? It's like fireworks exist in a world where fireworks exist, and then you buy a dog, and then you expect everyone else to stop doing what they're doing because you bought a dog. Yeah. It's like buying a house next to an airfield and then complaining that aircraft are landing at the airfield because it's noisy.
Yeah.
You decided to live there, It's like you bought a dog, fireworks exist. There we are. Just get used to it. That's my attitude on it anyway, but it's you can't go changing the world to meet your demands just because you've got something that now the world must it's like, it's like this bloody, oh, don't, well, no, I'm not. Should I even say it on here? I don't know. It's like, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
2 hours is gone now.
I was just about to get controversial then. Yeah.
No, they still have fireworks. The council let fireworks off a lot, or let people like Man City set them off all the time around here. But they've stopped letting you have a big bonfire now, even in the council ones. Used to have loads of pallets and that, but they've stopped all that. You know what I mean? It's fair enough, it's a fire. You see a fire, dogs don't get scared, you don't hear the bangs, but yeah, they keep the fireworks going. And on that firework bombshell.
Yeah, my dog don't give a shit because we live next to Salisbury Plains. We get it most bloody days, like bombs going off. So yeah.
Yeah. Right, we've got to call it a night and see you all next week. Catch you in a bit. Bye bye.
Bye bye, folks. All the best.
Stay safe till next time.
Eject. Eject. Eject.
Eject. Eject.
Eject. Eject. There we go. Bye.